What is going on, everybody on YouTube? This is NW National back with another video. This isn't a mail day video, but more of like a kind of just look back at some of the stuff since obviously this last year I haven't been around my house. One, I wouldn't say really big thing that happened, but I did switch rooms with my sister. So basically, my parents' house, it's 2 stories, and for, geez, 10 years or so, I had the master bedroom with the the walk-in closet. It was so sweet. But then since I was leaving and my sister was going to be a senior in high school, she ended up taking that and I took her room, which is definitely a lot smaller. The ceilings, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of like a baseball plate almost, in the sense that on the sides they're kind of angled. Yeah, they're angled, and then the middle is definitely flat. But I swear, the amount of times I've already banged my head on the ceiling is ridiculous. But anyways, the point of this video is I've been having to clean out a lot of stuff, and in that I've tried to find some of my cards, which I put in this. And this is a wooden box. It might not look like anything special, but it was made by, yeah, it's right here. It was made by a family friend. Or not a family friend, sorry. It was made by a family member. One of my mom's cousin's husbands makes these chests, and he made one for my sister and myself. And this is where I keep some of my cards. Not necessarily like the craziest ones, but some from PCs or just random ones that I have that may not be like for sets, just kind of randomly in there. So I was going to go through those, show those off. But then, like I was saying, because I've been gone for a year, I've been kind of trying to catch up on videos of people made. And it hit me. I realized that a lot of people have kind of stopped making videos, and I don't know what it is. Any of you who have are still in the community, still watch my videos, let me know if you know why or what you think about it, because I realized going through some of my subscriptions, I would say somewhat very prominent members in this community have kind of stopped making videos. So I don't know what that's all about. I'm hoping they're still well, because I mean, I love watching everyone's videos. Like, honestly, it's so cool to see a community such as this. Like, I tell my mom about, like, Anthony and I, SEC Anthony, for those of you who don't know. I just started talking to him like via comment sections of the YouTube channel, just on his videos, and then he was talking to me on mine. But like just through YouTube, I got to meet Anthony, and I mean, I haven't met him face to face. Hopefully one day I will. But he's a cool guy, just a really nice dude. And that's kind of the cool thing about YouTube, I think, is that you get to meet those type of people through a different way, or a different interface. So that's what I really love about YouTube, and I hope that the card community keeps going strong. I hope that some of those people come back, just like Josh, J2EA, if you don't know him. I was pretty stoked when I saw his videos pop up. I hope him and obviously some of the other ones, we all know who they are, pretty big members in the community. Anyways, it's gotten to 5 minutes, so I just thought I'd show some of the cards real quick because I'm rambling on. But like I was saying, some of these aren't really big cards. They're just kind of, I guess they're more sentimental value related than they are like monetary wise. But A-Rod, for those of you who don't know, that's pretty bad. For those of you who don't know, I live in Seattle. Seattle hosted the 2001 All-Star Game. My name is also Alex, and my nickname actually comes from A-Rod. A family friend gave it to me. My nickname's A-Pay, obviously A-Rod. So it's safe to say that A-Rod is one of my favorite players. Pretty important to me when I was growing up because he did play for the Mariners for a while. I still loved him when he went to the Rangers, although I don't really collect much of his Rangers stuff, even though this is in his Rangers uniform. It's still a 2001 All-Star Game patch. Anyways, followed him when I was younger, as a little kid. Loved him still. Obviously not as much of a fan now. And although I liked him at the Yankees and I liked Derek Jeter and all that, could not condone some of his actions. So, yeah, that's how I feel about A-Rod. I know I've got a couple more in this chest, so I won't even have to talk about it when I go on. But another one of my favorite Mariners from back in the day, and Mariano Rivera. You can't even there's nothing to say about this guy. Mariano Rivera goes down as, if not the best closer, and I know there are a lot out there. Trevor Hoffman, you got Dennis Eckersley, but Mo, for me on his day, I mean, he was striking all-stars. He just made people look stupid with that fang, the nasty off-speed. And then you've got, is he the Fang? I can't even remember. Kazuhiro Sasaki always went like this after he got a save. Love the guy. I went to the 2001 playoffs. The last time the Mariners were in the playoffs. Fun fact for those of you who don't know. Never forget. We won't get there for a while, I don't believe, even though we're doing well this season. So yeah, he was one of my favorite Mariners. Obviously, I was really young, and the Mariners were probably my number one as far as like the first major league professional sports team that I fell in love with. So yeah, that was pretty big. Ronald Murray. Oh shit. There goes the camera. Ronald Murray played for the Sonics. That's all I can really say. Besides, his nickname was Flip. I mean, that's a pretty cool nickname. But Ronald Murray, he's got like the NBA All-Star. Didn't even realize he was an All-Star because, I mean, yeah. That's all that needs to be said about that card. The guy. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I went to Wazoo, basically UW's rival, but when I was growing up, UW was my team, and Brandon Roy was one of the best college players I've ever seen. So yeah, that's why I've got that. Loved Brandon Roy, Nate Robinson, who you'll see later on, and just all that good stuff. Next one is a quad relic. On this side, it's Brock Heward, Atula Mealy, and James Williams and Max Strong. Seahawks, 1990s-ish, I believe, early 2000s. Wasn't huge into the Seahawks back then, but I mean, loved Max Strong, so just got it. Got this. This is a pretty cool one. Jim Brown and Ernie Davis. God, what was it called? It was it The Express? It was something like that. I watched that film when I was younger, and I was like, wow, these guys are pretty sick. And so I went out and bought a card with both of them. Well, that's all I can really say about that. Pia Sundhage, former U.S. Women's National Team coach. Love the U.S. Women's National Team. They do their job much better than the U.S. Men's National Team. That's all that really needs to be said about that. Going to be watching the World Cup this year. Not obviously rooting for U.S. because we didn't make it. So rooting for England because my dad's from there and I've got family from there, and that's where I was last 10 months. Next one, Spencer Haywood. I will talk more about this. Well, I guess I'll talk about it now. But basically, he played for the Sonics. And I'm trying to do, obviously, we all know about the letters and everything. I'm trying to do Sonics in letters. So obviously, this is the I in Sonics. I'm trying to do Seahawks in letters, Mariners in letters, and then maybe Seattle for those who were like grown up in Seattle area but didn't play for a Seattle sports franchise. We'll see if there are actually people who I'm interested in doing that for. But I thought that'd be cool. I know everyone has like their own little letters thing if they do a full set of like a Spencer Haywood or somebody else for that matter. But I just thought that'd be my kind of take on it. Last one in this little like hand, I guess, is Bo Kimball. I didn't really know about Bo Kimball, but I watched Guru of Go, which was, I believe it was a 30 for 30 on ESPN. Really interesting, and I bought it. And that's all I can really say about that. Another one that I bought when I was a bit younger. I know I said I didn't really collect anything from A-Rod when he's not in a Mariners uniform. But I got this UD Premier. The tape's on it. This is the original packaging. Anyways, UD Premier. Says Premier Stitchings. It's one of those manufactured patches. But you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with a... It's not going to focus. You can't go wrong with the 6 of 10. Let's whip this sucker out for you. Nice little exclusive. If it'll focus. No, it's not going to focus. Anyway, 6 of 10. A-Rod. Already talked about it. Don't really have to talk more about it. One of my favorite players growing up. A lot of people in Seattle were super butthurt over the fact that he left the Mariners for more money. What are you going to do? I don't blame him. Everyone's going to go after the money. Plus, we already, had our aging stars leaving us. Randy Johnson left us. Griffey left us. We just had, honestly, if we could have kept that team together with the 2001 team, we would have been unstoppable and we would have won the 2001 World Series. But that didn't happen, so it's whatever. And then I got some Wazoo stuff. Connor Halliday. Like to call him the slow ginger because if you've ever seen him run, he makes Tom Brady look like Usain Bolt. And that's upside down. It's to 149. I got a couple videos ago, I believe it was. I got a couple more Connor Hallidays, so I'm close to the inscription set. I know. I think I've got like one or two more left. And then Vince Miley, Mr. Bro Namath himself. He was a decent wide receiver for us. And that's really all I have to say about that. He was just someone to collect when I was in college. More Seattle stuff. Nick Collison. Brody. Mr. Russell Westbrook. Talked about him this past year. God, 15 minutes. I'm gonna rapid fire this thing. He talked about him. Basically, was like, this guy's, even though he hasn't gotten much love and attention, he's the ultimate professional, which I agree with. Walter Jones autograph, All Pro. Got that at like some outlet mall, just like a kiosk, and they're selling it for like $10. And I asked my dad if he could buy it for me for Christmas or something. Ramirez patch, Brazil. Liked Ramirez when he was at Chelsea. Out of 25. Decent. Matt Hasselbeck, pretty sick card if I do say so myself. It is numbered 2 of 10. I'll take that. The man, the myth, the legend, Gianfranco Zola. He was something else for Chelsea, I swear. That's 26 of 50, which is his jersey number, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. It was like 25 or 26. No, JT was 26, so he must have been 25. But no, he was sublime. Some of the watching his highlights is just unreal. Mr. Caliente, Edgar Martinez. Mariner for life right there. Love that card. And then these are just sick. I love this product. So this one's Ichiro and David Beckham when he was at United. Don't like United, but that's just a sick card. I won't lie. And then you've got Ichiro, Beckham, and the main man KG when he was at the Timberwolves. 81 out of 250. So I mean, there's not much more you can say about that. And then if you want to be a goofball and count this as an eBay 101, Ichiro's number is 51, KG's is 23, David Beckham's was 7. That all adds up to 81, making it an eBay 101. So, yeah, I just did that. Luke Ridnour, another former Sonic. Ichiro game used base. Whoa, cut out the base part. That's pretty cool. That's not numbered. Bobby Jones played in that Brandon Roy era, I believe. So that's pretty cool. Marshawn Lynch, beast mode. Obviously, this is Buffalo Bills photo, but there's not much to say about the guy. He's unreal. He was Mr. Seattle for quite some time. Like, everyone loved him here. Brett Boone, Alfonso Soriano, Jeff Kent, Jose Vidro. Jose Vidro ended up, where is he? Jose Vidro ended up playing for the Mariners eventually. And then Jeff Kent and Alfonso Soriano. Not much else to say besides, wow, those guys were freaking good. Nate Robinson, already talked about him. Loved UW at that time in my life. Jeff Green, now with the Cavs, playing against his good friend and former teammate, obviously KD. There's drafted the same year, if you didn't know that. That's out of 399. Greg Hellman, again, when I was talking about the doing the set, this is an A for the Mariners. If you don't know about Greg Hellman, it's a pretty sad story, but he died. I believe his brother shot and killed him. But that season before he died, I went to a Mariners game with one of my friends, and it was weird. He obviously, I don't know if he made eye contact with me, but it looked like we stared right at each other, and then he looked to the kid next to me after that and threw the kid the ball, one of the balls he was warming up with. So that's kind of a weird thought sometimes. But Larry Triplett, I believe he was with the Colts, went to UW. Let's see what else we got. We got Rashard Lewis, Ray Allen, Luke Ridnour to 50. That's pretty cool. Loved a bit of Ray and Rashard. Jeter, base out of 100. Jim Zorn, flag patch to 250. Chris Wilcox and Damian Wilkins. Chris Wilcox. I mean, he wasn't much of anything, but that's kind of the Sonics big men in a gist. One of my favorite Sonics big men, though, Vladimir Radmanovich, just that corner 3 type of guy. That's out of 1,000. Triple threads out of 18. This is probably like the last year that the Sonics were technically a thing for triple threads. But it's Jeff Green, Delonte West, and Luke Ridnour. 4 of 18. And I promise we're almost done. This is a really long video. Terrence Williams, slabbed. I did not personally get this slabbed. I got it like this. But Terrence Williams, my mom was his PE teacher in elementary school, and she kind of said he was a pain, but I just thought because of that, it's kind of a cool thing to have. And then obviously I kind of showed this already, but Alex Rodriguez star rookies, Nearman 8. So yeah, that's pretty cool as well. And then the last couple cards, I know it's a long video, I'm sorry. This one's actually a really cool card. So that's a Matt Hasselbeck, and then it's got like the Seattle Police patch, which I think's pretty dope. I think that was like the actual mail day was in one of my like earliest couple videos, but yeah, it's still pretty sick. Earl Thomas, H, Seahawks, already talked about that, that's all you need to know. Gotta love the Sonics from basically when I was born, literally when I was born, 95, 96. Detlef Schrempf at the bottom, Sean Kemp, Rayman in the middle, and GP Gary the Glove up top. And then last couple, I mean, I just bought this a lot when I was like in 10th, 11th grade, and this is like, this is just like one of the probably more valuable cards that was in the lot, which makes this all the more sad. But Travis Hafner at the time was kind of a decent player. The patches are kind of cool. That's from like the Indians logo. That one in the top would be your top left, right, I don't know. It's to 25. It's from UD Black, but I mean, still a cool card, even though it's Travis Hafner's not gonna like go to the Hall of Fame or anything. And then got this when Robbie came to the Mariners. It's out of 25, 8 of 25 up here, and it's got the like old logo stripe across, Robbie Cano. So yeah, obviously there's some other ones that I have as far as those like the, I don't even know where they are, the Hallidays and Vince Miles go. But that's kind of it's not a quick look because it's already 24 minutes, but that's a look at kind of some of the older cards that I haven't shown off in a while. But for those of you who are viewing this and are still watching in a minute 24, thank you. Let me know what you think about my question right at the start of the video as far as like what's happened to the card community. But yeah, so let me know what your thoughts on that are. But it's been your boy, NW National. I'm out. Peace.